Welcome to the Call Her Sam podcast. I'm your host. My name is Sam. I'm trying so hard to be serious right now, but I'm dismally failing, as you can see. So then, I have two people here that two amazing people that I decided to call back because hey, I know a lot of cool people, but these two are incredibly cool. So, like I said, I'm trying to be serious, but failing dismally. My name is Nara Smith, and I am here to make flowers from scratch. Okay, because I live in Africa and we make flowers from scratch. so guys,
we're trying to be serious.
How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Guys.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
Just ourselves.
We try.
Fresh today.
Yeah. Friday vibes, you know.
Friday night, just them, cool, relax.
Ako tada pizza, shani.
Guys.
Want to have you?
Cheers, first of all. Cheers.
Oh, ching ching. Could have been a mimosa, but anyway.
We can't afford that on the budget yet.
But if you subscribe.
If you subscribe, we
could do something.
We'll do a whole lot
hint,
more.
Hint.
How are you guys? What's been on your socials lately?
Well,
what are you following? Who are you looking at?
Nara Smith making things from scratch.
First of all,
keeping it very demure all the day. Very demure.
First of all, Nara Smith. Okay, listen, she's the whole traditional wife. I watched a couple of her videos. I was immediately triggered because, well, the only thing I can make from scratch is a baby, possibly. I don't know.
There is that.
And even then, you can't really do it yourself.
You can't really do it yourself.
You need a little, extra help from the master.
Can I make anything from scratch? Okay, seriously. See why I'm triggered? Because I cannot make anything from scratch.
Oh, but then you need
no,
tea
but
bags.
I need tea bags.
Exactly.
She can make her damn tea bags. This is a lady who can make her own chewing gum.
I bet she can make her own diapers and pads.
She can.
Yeah.
She can. So I can't do anything from scratch.
No.
Can you?
No, not save my life.
No. And I'm good with that. Live and let live and whatnot.
I want to make something from scratch. I cannot be defeated. Nah.
Challenge before the next
make power
episode.
From scratch.
Make something
Make power from scratch.
Just, you know.
Maybe she can make us some power from scratch.
Yeah. Give us
shading no more.
Solar panels and whatnot. Hi, Nara. I want to try that.
You immediately be kidnapped by Zesco.
Thrown at a black site. Every memory of you erased.
How are you doing though? How is your Friday looking?
Good.
Your
Good
weekend,
so
everything.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Exciting. It's looking exciting.
Is it? Can we tag along?
Yes, please.
Why'd you look a little bit too excited?
Now you're worried. Like, why?
That wasn't for the camera, was it?
No. But anyway. We'll see how it goes. We'll let you know.
Why did you have that face on your head the first time I met you? Very unpleasant, by the way.
What
I
do you
need
mean?
to call you out on that.
I had a very unpleasant face.
And yeah, so uptight, right?
He was
Really?
uptight.
Like,
Maybe it was those really, really short shorts he had on.
You were just distracted.
showing some legs.
No,
She was just
distracted for
distracted by the shorts.
Yeah, like you said,
I've always been. No. I've been told my resting face is actually quite.
Yeah, maybe it was a resting
repellent.
face. Yeah.
pungent.
You should come home and repel some of those mosquitoes. Put on that face. We live in the farms after all. Put on that face, repel the damn mosquitoes. And the rats too.
No problem.
And the roaches while he's at it.
Everything.
No problem.
We start with the flies here, but anyway.
I know.
Just
Okay, let us begin, guys. Black
yes.
tax. I called you here to discuss black tax.
Okay.
So, this is black tax. Are you ready?
Yes, whip it out.
Take notes. Black tax was originated in South Africa, which refers to money that black workers, especially professionals and others with higher income, give to their parents, siblings, or other family members, often out of obligation or a deeply ingrained sense of family responsibility, e.g., guilt. In Latino culture, it's called brown tax.
Oh, okay.
So here it's called black tax.
Wild.
Yeah.
But
So
true.
I did research,
What a
of course.
sad way to live.
Is it? I did research, an article written by Dr. Luvinda Habazoka. I hope I said that right. It was quite controversial because his article had a lot of truths. He went on to say the amount of begging in the African setup is astonishing. Black tax is a hindrance to wealth creation in Zambia.
100%.
I couldn't help but agree. Because
No, it's true.
you try to build something of yourself. You want to leave that,
Better
have that
yourself.
generational wealth, but you can't because bachito bag of fertilizer. This one here, and one pasa, depending on college fees.
Probably adopted a niece from the
Hospital.
village we are putting through school.
It's rough. And I feel the black tax mentality is very entitled.
Yes, let's not forget that.
And to a particular extent ungrateful. I'll give you a scenario where my sibling's child is doing so well, he's not doing so great. So I tell him, okay, I will sponsor this child's education. Do the whole 9 yards. Then he calls you a week later. Wow. Just wonderful.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving, aren't you? Wasn't enough that I took your child
when
to
does it
school.
stop?
Exactly.
It never does.
Never.
And this taking is literally paying for everything. From boarding, college, tuition, everything.
Talk time.
Na for nini.
Nasaf.
Nesha shiro ni nedi adiwa. So it's also quite toxic, I think.
It's very toxic. And I think there's levels to it because I think it starts off very subtle. It starts. What is that? It was that entry point where you're like,
oh no, it starts with Murishan, we get it,
Yeah.
Okay, then that they'll call you the next day, the next day, and the next.
Yeah. But if you actually have the subtle type, you're actually lucky. There are those who are just very forceful.
Really?
Because this is my sibling, this is my brother's money. Therefore, I
You're
must.
supposed to.
Yeah. This is my child's money. Therefore, he must provide. I did give birth to you. The least you can do is just
Give
make
me
my life easier.
easy.
You know what I mean? I sacrificed, so you're so ungrateful. I gave my life for you. So
is it like they're expecting us to pay back?
sort of.
Like
But they
it's an
don't see it
obligation.
as that. They see it as you owe me.
Yeah,
You're not paying back. You just
you owe me.
Right.
yeah. It's the least
All
you
that
can
sacrifice that I
do.
did.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Now you won't be there, will we? How?
So then, was it sacrifice? So, like, I mean,
Was it really sacrifice?
Did I ask?
Did I ask?
Just want to ask a couple questions.
You have to ask those Because when a person gets a job, it's especially obviously people coming from not so it doesn't matter, well-to-do, not so well-to-do, they get a job immediately. Now they're like, oh, send these people there to go live.
Yeah.
Ask now, you can just. Speaking of black tax, when does it ever end?
it probably
And the
was.
sad
Never.
part is, I have seen certain family members tax their siblings' children, but nobody ever taxes their kids.
Oh yes,
Have you noticed that?
I've heard that.
How
I've only heard
you
of
will
it.
have an uncle
Yeah,
who
yeah.
literally on the 25th, like clockwork, hello dear, Shani. And you have 10 kids who nobody ever sees but are doing okay.
They're doing
But
okay,
you
and
just,
they're just
and they would literally go through all the cousins one after the other. And one will be like, but you realize I'm a student. Pocket money. Wow.
No.
You just know no bounds. It just never ends.
No.
And then when you don't pick up their call, how do you think I accumulated
that
this
person in the
wealth?
family now.
If I was always spreading out my wealth, do you think I'd be where I am now? And do you not think I have plans for said wealth?
So basically, if you don't give, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, you'll be labeled in the family. Yeah,
And the Lord will not bless you. Your ancestors will look down on you with disdain.
With disdain.
not forgetting the actual village people that will start praying bad things on your life.
Exactly.
Wait, guys, that's okay.
That's
no,
a whole other
I've
conversation.
I've heard of these things before, but
yeah.
that's an actual thing.
That's the thing.
There is
Like they
blessing in giving, isn't it?
Yes.
But takers never ever stop.
No, they don't.
They will
There's not
literally
that
suck you
one
dry,
time.
and then when you're done, so it's a slippery slope.
Right.
Again, it
You
comes
will
back
never
to
win.
boundaries.
You never win.
That's what I was about
You
to say.
never win.
Shouldn't there be boundaries put in place? Because, guys, boundaries need to be put in place. It's like, shkwete. And when you tell them shkwete, it's still a bad thing. They don't
And because
understand.
they meet you in ShopRite with a food already. Oh, dear.
That's the thing is then it's when and where like they meet you or they ask for it. Sometimes you can't get away from it. So how do you not let it in? Because obviously there's like a football we talked about where it's like it's subtle at first, then they So how do you stop it, like, at the source?
When nip it at the butt.
That same first
Yeah,
request.
but then you're trying
Because then
to
there
make
always be that one where it's like, oh, he's really sick.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think again it comes back to boundaries and discipline.
Okay.
Because you cannot save the whole world.
No, you can't.
I mean, if I call up Bill Gates, hello, I'm in a third world country, just, well, don't have power, but if we are going to just, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Hence, you need to discipline yourself. Because even if you will never win, be the guy who's always running people's aid, there will be a time when you don't. The one time that you don't, they will never let you live it down.
Fair.
So I guess you get to pick and you in a family setup. There's the uncle that didn't do so well, but he's a genuinely nice person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he'll call you when he needs to.
It's not
So when
all
you
the
get
time.
that uncle, hi Uncle David. Are you okay? No, I'm just. Then there's Uncle John who calls you 5,000 times a day.
Uncle John, who is entitled.
Of course.
Shkwete, fuaya.
Would
Would you like me to make some money from scratch?
So.
Would you?
I have some relatives saved as don't pick. In my phone book. Till they start using other numbers.
That's what I was about to go there and say. Okay, so if they use a different number, then what do you do?
Now you're in trouble.
So do you not pick up at all?
Well,
so are
if
you never
they-
going to
Generally,
pick up
as a
your
rule
phone?
of thumb,
Are
I
you
don't
never?
really pick up strange numbers. And I know there's a
But you
lot
can
of people
afford to
that know
now
me.
because the network
It's true,
situation.
caller.
Like,
Oh, yeah, right?
of course.
It's like, oh, no,
outside
there's
the
no
box.
power in my neighborhood. So there's
Hello.
no- You know how MTN is now.
Little red dot.
It's my phone after all.
Do with it as you please. Do your worst.
It's my mobile device. Personal mobile device.
It's just ruined my person.
But then, so there's that other version of it. We've talked about it a little bit, where it's a situation where I don't know how, if they just send the child or if it's, but I'm growing up with different cousins and relatives, right? Which is great. We're close. We're like family and all that. But then in a lot of other families, it can get very toxic where they just start sending you random nieces and nephews that look after them.
Musenge.
But then that turns into putting them through school all the way up to university,
Okay.
right? How do you? I mean, it's a good thing to help someone through school. How do you guard against that kind of black tax?
I think again, I reiterate boundaries and discipline.
So just
Because
like-
as you have just said, they keep sending you random. You realize that time is. So you are equally going through phases. You are equally working harder, marrying, procreating. So as you are there sponsoring, you realize you need to create wealth for your new family because that new family is now your immediate family.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because they're your responsibility. But as you're educating that cousin 10 times removed, your kid is...
What's your name again?
Where's your dad again?
Where you
Anywho,
from?
you have kids, you have diapers, you have formula, you have fees, you have life in
Don't
general.
forget hospital bills, dude.
You have a wife. But then the entitlement comes in, which is why I said boundaries and discipline. Because how do you come to... I read something off social media. This guy married this girl, they met in uni. Long story short, opted to send... She wanted to go to school. Her dad was like, are you going to send her to school? No, I want to first educate my siblings and I can send her to school. Good choice. So the dad decides to send her to school, gets her degree, gets her a job in the UK. They want to take my wife away from me. Wow, John. They want to take your wife, who you opted not to educate, but opted to do it for your siblings,
Right.
who will equally have a life of their own and meet partners and procreate on their own, while you're then stuck. So as a wife, how do I then feel? Because clearly I'm not a priority.
Yes. No, you're okay.
Your
This is
sibling.
where you are,
Ah,
the
the
priority.
bottom
Then.
of the
Of the food, of the
list.
barrel. But your wife is your first priority because say you lose that job and the wife that you educated with her master's degree got promoted. Who's driving a VX now? You!
You, John. You.
So, yeah.
So, do you think the people that I'm asking the questions like I'm the host.
No, ask.
Taking over,
Of course, boo, do you?
right?
Oh my
No,
God.
No, because I'm learning and because I haven't experienced it firsthand. Where I mean, I have to a certain degree, where I'll get relatives calling and asking, hands out, hands out, hands out. But I think I experienced it more from watching, like, with my dad, who really got black tax. One of those situations where, like, but we have money, but it doesn't show. I mean, like, we have money, we're doing okay, but like,
But you could be better.
But you could be better, yes.
why this, that, and the other? So, do you think it's on the black taxi? Is it like what is it? Is it guilt? Is it ignorance? Is it? I mean, yeah, we've talked about lack of boundaries, but I mean, where is that coming from?
Oh no.
Why are they giving in to the black tax, knowing that they probably didn't know and realize that?
Because it's famine.
My money is not actually, it's not building as much as it could. So obviously, there's a reason. I'm sure they notice.
So why don't they just say no?
No, why don't they say no? But I'm trying to understand the heart of why they said yes.
Exactly, which is why we're coming back to why don't they say no. So you realize that you can have toxic relationships with your siblings and your parents, and that toxicity has a ripple effect. So if your father was the black tax seed, you have grown up and you think that is normal.
Yep.
Because that is the life that you know.
And you follow.
How dare you not help out your sister? What kind of sibling are you?
Monster.
And you have kids. How dare you not? What kind of sibling are you? And it goes on and on and on. Until you get to a point where you have discipline. Remember that podcast we had where would you feel bad if your partner had a secret stash?
Oh, yes.
If your black tax does not affect your life, if it doesn't restrict you or takes away from you, that is another thing. But I will not allow myself to be black taxed if it will take away from my children, from my life.
Yes.
Right.
And
If it doesn't take away from me,
Okay.
because in as much as I'm trying to be the bigger person, you're being the bigger person, but the people that you're suffering for are living 10 times better life than you did, and they will not remember.
No, they
Half of
don't.
them do not,
They do not.
because they're
What
entitled.
were
Like,
you
how dare you not do that for me? Of course, he's my brother. He's my brother. I deserve it. Of course you do. And now where is he now? Where's your sister now? Tabale kanok pela.
Imoy. You're breaking your back for people who are not grateful. They
Because
will
like he
not
just
remember.
said, like, we've got money, but does it? You then be like, Dad, why did you let us live like that? Like, why did we have to endure that kind of lifestyle when we could have had better?
When we could have had
Then
more.
how do you feel your father will feel when he hears his kids say that? Like, oh, I was busy breaking my back for everybody else but my own
But
kids.
my own kids.
And they're the ones I'm working for.
And that happens.
And then how
Really
then do you
does.
expect to get the generational wealth if it's being seeping through literally? So it's a trap.
It really is. I mean, that's why.
But coming, wait. What about after you get married?
Oh, those are the best times. best
wait,
times.
you know-
The man or the woman is given 2 siblings to take care of, or 2 dependents
Okay.
in their house, and the couple don't even have time to themselves,
Okay.
and you just to live your life. Now you offload it. Well, what?
Again, it comes back to the ripple effect, because that is what they
That is
grew
what
up
they did,
knowing,
yes.
that it was normal to live like that. And you wonder why we have such a high divorce rate. Because you gave me my cousin at 10.
You think that contributes to divorce rates?
What is the
I
point?
think it sparks a lot of issues. It would.
You're getting to
I
know
can
each
see why
other.
It would, yeah.
You first of all, there are people who want to have kids right up when they get
Right
married.
away, yeah.
But I'm one of those people who wants to know my partner. You know,
Yes.
enjoy the
the
before you
the
bring out
period.
anybody else in the
Yes,
equation.
yes.
But how
I
will
agree
you
with
be
you.
able to do that?
When you have
You are literally entering your marital home with the frustration of a 40-year-old couple
The resentment.
seeping in already.
Builds.
that face.
You know what I mean? Like we just have a
I'm
flashback.
feeling it. No, I'm not even in that situation now. But I can see how it would. Like,
Because Musenge comes from a family of 10. You come from a family of 1. You are accustomed to having, oh, and then you are like, what's going on?
What is this? No.
yeah.
This is not how I envisioned it
It's
to be.
not, yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are some who don't give you that niece or sibling to take care of.
Right.
But you get married and he's sponsoring half of his siblings' education.
Yeah.
As a bachelor
He's
who has
there.
it all going on.
Yes.
I can afford
Now-
to.
yeah.
But now that I have a wife, I want to give my wife a particular lifestyle. How dare you give her a lifestyle when
Why
your
should-
siblings
She
are
just
Sibling
came in
needs
the
to go
picture.
to
Who do you?
degrees and masters and PhDs while we're at it. And they're 10. Then you are just there.
Mayo. At the university fees and all
And I
that.
feel like they really do. I mean, I'm sure women get an equal amount of black tax as well. But I think the mindset
I'm
behind
getting
the
black
man,
tax.
of course.
Oh, I have a favorite uncle like clockwork on the 27th.
But I feel like they love going to the men because men have that, I'm the provider.
Yes.
And there's,
It's easier.
especially if it's a mommy's boy,
Yeah.
because he is the provider. And
Yeah.
And men, you hardly ever say no.
No, to your mom.
Because
Hey,
how
mom.
you break her
where
heart.
would you even start from?
That's
You
my
want
mom.
me? Exactly. That's my mom. You want to come in
mean?
between me and my mom? And I feel
Bring
like the
those
male
500
side
cousins.
is more demanding.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I don't know. What do you think? I feel the
can
male
see
side
why
is
there
more
would be. I
demanding.
can see why there would be.
The female side is more understanding.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see why the male side, especially because a lot of the time in a lot of families, if the guy is successful in the marriage, he may be one of the only successful in the family. So he's the target. Like he's that guy. He's the one who looks after
everybody.
the family. He's the head of the
The
family.
household.
Yeah, so he's an easy target, and there would be more of a problem from his side.
And also because he's soft.
Oh,
And
we
doesn't have
forgot that
boundaries.
aspect.
Yeah. There are wealthy men out there, extremely wealthy, aren't taxed a day in their life.
Never.
Why? He says no. And people are shocked.
And that's
Like, oh my gosh, is that your sister? The manager at Barclays? Why do you look like the scum of the earth? Well, she
Because
refuses to be taxed.
They've set up
Yeah.
boundaries.
That is why.
Then they'll say, "Adi shupa."
Tababwin Adipanda.
Chimachata chaba wino
Yeah.
chimutim.
There's that.
So I know a couple. Keep them anonymous
Of course.
for now. Now I'm gonna point fingers. So I'm jokes. So what they do rather is, in their budget, they have a certain amount that they put aside for black tax. Literally.
Really?
Yeah. Literally to help out family that month. If no one comes, no one came.
Okay.
If people come and they ask for a certain amount and it finishes on whatever X amount of thingy, it's
No
national.
more.
Chop.
Discipline and
That's right.
boundaries.
Yeah. So I looked at that. I was like, that's good because it's black tax doesn't mean if we're against black tax doesn't mean you shouldn't help family, right? But then it puts a cap on it, and I like that.
Yeah.
So it fits in nicely with the discipline and and all that. Would you do that? That's the problem. That's the problem.
I can't say no. I need
But half
rehab.
the time when you say, it's not like you
Man,
want to
tell
go
me
out
no.
of your way. But my body, my pockets. It's not like you want to go out of your way to say no. You know what I mean? And there are those that you know when they say they don't have, they genuinely don't have. Then there are those who have but just don't want to give it to you because you don't deserve.
I know a couple of people like that.
Oh, I
Not
can
like you
name
don't
a
deserve.
ton.
They just say, "Hey, I'm not giving you."
Yeah, like their and the wealth they have, phenomenal,
Good.
What I don't
phenomenal.
that phenomenal wealth. So why I don't
Meanwhile, you
understand
the
is-
giver, just out in the doldrums.
Can you follow up
Oh, but you
from
need-
head to toe?
Java
But because
shit.
we have to
It's
give.
so much discipline because they really guilt trip you.
They really
When they see
where
how
I
you're
was
living,
coming- That's where I
they
was.
see how you're
coming.
living and like, but with that job, you're telling me you don't have.
But listen, the black taxer cannot get upset because they pay a job.
But they do, and
They
they'll
do.
guilt you.
Why are you getting
They do.
They
upset?
will guilt you into thinking,
So bad.
"Ish, why,
So bad.
Why aren't I giving?
But then, if you just sit, okay, this month, I'm just gonna be yes man. So it's a slippery slope.
Yes, man.
It
For
really
a whole
is.
month, honey, no.
And
But I like
it's
that.
Really
You
one
literally
of
just
You
set
put
aside.
aside.
If a portion like okay,
Yeah.
black tax for the month.
And it
How
doesn't
many
mean it
people
has to
do
be
that?
like.
And
And
how-
then again, it comes down to, is it 10,000? Black tax
That's
should
what
even
I'm
be
saying.
100 kwacha, like
It can be.
20,
It can be.
because that's what I can afford.
but it can never.
It can be because you're living within your means. I don't think black tax has. Okay, let's look at the ghetto, for lack of a better word. Rural area. The breadwinner
Comes.
is.
I didn't want to look at him when you said
I
that
know,
because
right?
I knew he was going to say the yes. Yeah, yeah.
You live in rural. The breadwinner is a farmhand. His salary is 500 kwacha,
Right.
and that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're over there.
So if he puts aside 100 kwacha, again
It's a
that's a
lot.
lot.
Again, that's a lot. Huh?
People make a budget out of 20 kwacha.
Yeah.
So If 500 is your black tax, 20. Nakatu kwa chakamba save. Just, you know, keep it moving. If your standard of living allows you to be 10,000 kwacha, well and good.
I just think black taxes, they will forever be there.
Yeah.
Forever and a day, yes, great. As much as I want to say, it shouldn't be done with, fine, it's there, but boundaries. And also people just need to understand. These are difficult times. In Congo,
Last year.
hey, biting.
Someone said the economy, this guys, there's something fundamentally wrong with our economy. There has to be. There's something fundamentally wrong.
At its core.
At its core, there's something wrong. We need to fix it.
Fix it.
But then,
how will we start?
Yeah. So we need wisdom. We need to be bold. We need to be brave. Because I think the tough one is when it's your parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the hardest one.
Oh no, I would never say no.
I think when it's an uncle from the village, you can, you know. But
But
if your mom, like you said, if I'm a mama's boy to my core, if my mom came to me and said, Sunny, I need a 10p. If I have a 1p, I'll find a 9p. I'll find it.
And if your wife says I need a 5 just after your mom,
Baby.
Lorena kofi parika deal.
But it got due.
Akarapita.
then you're just like,
Deal money.
well,
That deal
And
money.
that's a problem. I can
2
see.
weeks later.
I'm saying it, and I know it's a problem. But that's what I would do. I know 100% that's what I would do. I would kill myself to get that extra 9p.
I know.
and then there'll
And then my
there'll come a
wife,
time
the food at
when
home is not. It'll just be.
with
So-
and your offspring are also there
And also just.
telling you that, Daddy, I want a jiggy.
Yeah.
Give your grandmother 10 pin, dear.
No jiggies for you.
And then-
Let's go to Granny's
We're not
house.
Oprah in this house. No, nobody's getting a jiggy. Nobody. You're not getting a jiggy. You're not getting it.
Tough time.
No.
Nobody's
You.
getting jiggies.
I know, right?
Especially you.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
It is a
So
mess.
where do you draw the line?
I think early is what I'm picking up.
Yeah.
Draw it early.
Because I know people who
Draw it early.
put their foot down early on.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows that the auntie is a no-go. She's just gonna say no.
Draw it early.
That uncle.
And expect
Do
that
I
you
have-
will be bad-mouthed and you might be labeled in the family.
But
you have
eventually
to
they
take
stop.
it on. Yeah.
Eventually they do stop
With time.
because consistency is key. Because once he puts his foot down, he's consistently saying no. People will stop coming to you because,
Fair.
Simon, did you go? He said no. Did you? He'll say no.
Badi Kana, don't even go there.
Don't
Badi
even.
Kana.
Don't even. And
Waste
that's
your
okay.
breath.
Another day.
But I mean,
It's
I have
your
an auntie.
money.
Auntie, I love you. She keeps going to ask her.
Exactly. But remember
I don't do it all
that
the
just
time, though.
because they said no to you, they will have that handful of people that they say yes to.
Yes, to. Yes.
That's true.
I love you, auntie.
Might even be those that don't even ask. It's just like, oh, you want to help them out.
Yeah. And there are those people who are eager to help everybody but their family members.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
They will help everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody has a tale to tell.
Okay.
Oh my God, Sanfroza is such a nice person. You know, she helped me out with like 100 G's yesterday. Meanwhile, the sister
The
is just
sister's
there.
just there. Ani mi parent pay.
Where does that come from?
It's like how you
People
can be
do
a
that.
good friend but a bad sibling.
Yep.
Okay.
You can be a really good black tax.
But then you need to start looking deep within yourself. Because I mean, guys.
How does that even?
How are you a good friend and yet
How
a
does that
practicing
even-
That's the,
sibling?
How does that
thing
even
they
happen?
made
I
with
mean-
the babalao. You never know.
Is that an issue of like having an issue with my family, or I just want a good rep with my friends because
Yeah,
that rep,
you tend
that
to
rep
ask those questions.
carries more in the,
Because
in the
I wouldn't
community?
want to be like,
You see how you can be a good son but a bad husband?
Yeah.
Because you're going to give your mom the 10 G's
Yeah.
and not give your wife.
your wife.
She's
Look
very
at
cute,
you
my
at your
lady.
core. You see?
Look at you at your
Slippery
core.
slope.
That's bad.
Deep within your car.
Bad.
So
In
you
your
see,
inner
It's
crevices.
bad. No,
Yeah.
but I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it.
So there are
So
people
what-
who are like that.
That's crazy.
guys.
Help out every friend. Funeral monza, he's there. Family members, zilch.
Atuma na kanta.
Nakanta tatume.
Ne ngombe.
Kuli ba
For the
friend
friend,
atoka?
yes.
The friend there.
Yeah. Then at the siblings' funeral, he's just like, yeah, hala chali bipa. And
Offering
Why
condolences.
not?
without batting an eye.
Offering condolences.
Why
Oh,
not?
but
Somebody
papa,
fika?
papa.
Okay.
So it's crazy because again, I think there are positive sides to black tax and
And
negative,
negative
sides.
sides.
What are the positives?
So if you have a disciplined
Trying to find them.
family, a grateful, appreciative family. Sanfroza has a brother who's in college, helps him pay his way through school, and it has a ripple effect, and they all become successful. You have generational wealth.
Okay.
So
You can
I have
build-
a
you
sister
can
who's a
build- use
doctor.
it to build, yeah.
You have a brother who's an engineer.
That's generational.
Oh, so I was thinking you could send the kids over, just give them some exposure. They really liked it here. Let them move to Germany. You see,
Generation.
everybody's elevating each
I
other.
don't want to put a race on it, but white people are good at that.
Okay.
Even we could be,
We could be.
but we believe in
I
the
don't wanna put a race on it,
babalao.
but they really are good at it. That's why we're calling it black tax. I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah,
We're not calling it white tax for a reason.
but the Mutachi is a good example of generational.
Oh, generational. Yes. There you
So
go.
there are those
there
families
There
where
are
you're
those
like,
families, yeah.
Even
they're built
these,
and
the Tegas,
others
they're a
aren't.
good example of.
I'm just gonna.
Please, do go ahead.
You're
Flies
leaving
are
this to the
just-
flies. And,
Devouring.
yeah, no, I'm just
I don't
gonna
eat well, so
Carry on.
No, you don't eat well.
no,
What do you mean?
don't want to see me eat.
Huh?
It's just a whole mess.
Really?
When the cameras are
Why are you,
off,
like,
I
foaming
will
at the mouth?
of course, just slurping away my juice.
Wig comes off.
Oh my God, gotta be comfortable. Leah, read mad on the grass,
Lashes drapes. Gotta
Stop.
get in there.
Cannot do this with you. Next time he will not be here, guys. Cannot be serious.
Can't get rid of the host. Come on, guys.
Okay.
So yeah,
Jesus. Lord help us.
But then, sorry, I'm the one asking the questions here.
I'm
Um,
tired of asking questions, by the
is there Tabasco sauce microwave anywhere nearby? Yes.
some
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
like we were talking about the mutatis, right? Does it then only depend on the type of family you have for you to get to that? Because I mean,
I don't think so.
like to build that kind of generational wealth, like
I think it could be
Kind of.
anybody, but then
Remember what I said about a family that is appreciative and loyal, and there's reciprocity. You could be that.
you could be that
if your
family.
family
That's
is
what I'm
that.
saying.
family
yeah.
is that.
Yeah,
But then you have that just one bad apple.
Might be that one.
but the bad apple
Moving from the
could
family
also
to-
just never falls too far off the wayside. Always there's always one. Everybody has that one.
Why?
Because what's the fun in not having one?
Why can't it just be perfect?
All right, it's not so hard.
It's not a fairy tale.
So
Do it
yeah,
all the time. So I mean, because I mean, I would imagine, just using the mutatis as an example, they probably have one or two. How do they still manage? Like, I'm trying to figure out: is this really dependent on the family you have, or the percentage of that family being
wealthier than
Yeah.
the other half.
not wealthy, but has that?
Well, how do you think they got well? They
Mindset.
probably said no.
There is that.
They probably said no, tapaji.
So I need to say no.
Kule
And teach my,
tumempia kurina
and-
nkanyari
and-
And do you realize that black tax, for me, in my mind, is not just financial? It could be emotional as well.
Yes.
Explain. Show your work.
So, like
show
she
your
said,
work.
you're newlywed. You have all these dependents, and you begin to parent who are not yours. By the time yours come around, you're all parented out.
You don't have love to give to your kids.
You're all parented out.
And even if you had those kids at the same time,
You will
you might actually not. You'd spread it around to the point where you're
exactly
not
as you
actually-
should
As you should. But then your actual kids feel like.
suffer for it.
So if it's your sister's kids, would you willing to take them on?
Of course, within reason.
And you, sir?
You
your
said-
brother's kids, would you take them? You'd be like, yeah.
I probably would. Before this episode. Without any wisdom or reason. But I
You
like what
would not have.
I would
Now
never.
you're like,
But I like what you said about if it takes away from me, don't do it. Because that's already setting that boundary. So if you can gauge that, okay, listen, I can do this, but it's going to take away from my actual immediate family.
But
Probably
do you
not.
think we talk about it enough in our homes? This black tax.
If
Do you
we
think-
talk about it, we're being white. Antu walisambilila. Mama nakukwata kipepe fyo kuchita.
And then it's tricky, like from the women's side, if the man is bringing in his nieces and nephews and whatnot, and handing out money to his family, to his mom, it's tricky as the wife, depending on your relationship with your husband, to then come in and say, baby, are you sure about what
Baby,
we're
I think
doing?
go
But
back
that-
to mama's house.
But there are
Leave
those
with
women
her.
who actually say no. Why are you giving them? No, we're not.
Yeah, and,
we're not helping
and
them out this
kudos
month.
like to those
No.
to those women.
But the
It's
man
tricky.
also has to be ready to have that conversation.
It really does. I feel like
Because
that
if it's with
conversation.
you and you're a mommy's boy, she hates my mom. No, I don't hate your mom. I'm trying to make
That's
a life
exactly
for
where I
us.
would go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Until
Just to like my
something
mom.
drastic happens to you, then you're like, oh, she was right. But why should you wait for the other shoe to fall? Why should
Yeah.
something bad have to happen? Usually
And
that's
usually
what
that's
it
what
is with men.
happens.
You have to hit a rough patch, then you're
So
like,
then you're like,
see all those people you're hanging out with, where are they now?
Now see.
Nowhere to be found.
'Cause then-
But the
yeah.
smart ones, because if this is your partner, why would I want to do something that will take your joy away from you?
Right.
I will always be here for your betterment, which is why I feel you refer to your partner as your better half, the significant part of you. So if I'm a part of you, why would I want to bring harm to you?
Yeah.
So if I tell you, okay, I know you're usually accustomed to giving mom 10 G's a month, maybe we could do 5, so we save a little on the side for your rainy day, because there'll come a time mommy would want to go on a vacation or something bad happens, God forbid. We have this little extra. No, she hates my mom. Until that time comes, like, oh, you were right.
Speaking
That
of,
should be-
what
so it
do-
should be-
Asha, why would I want to bring harm to you? Some people just intentionally bring harm to you.
There is that.
Can we get on that just for like
Women. Jeez.
Wait, what does that mean? You said women, gee. So you think women don't want to intentionally bring harm to their partner?
There's no gender to it.
Uh-huh.
See me when the camera's off.
No. We know partners who've intentionally brought
No,
harm
that's true,
to
though,
their
that's true,
to
though.
their significant other. Like take this woman who said, "I'm divorcing my husband because he screws on the lid jars too tight."
Oh, honey, that's just
no,
it.
that's
Oh,
just not-
hurt you.
Like, girl, no, there's
that's
something
a-
else. What do you mean?
Trauma.
That's to see a therapist.
Exactly.
He always closes them too tight. He knows that I have to get in, and he just closes them too tight.
Those are
And
problems.
he went to work for like 2 weeks, and I couldn't open anything. I was like,
That is a lot of unresolved trauma and a
Girl.
hint of bitterness, because he did something to you that you haven't forgiven him
There's
for.
something there.
And now he's
Address
taking it
the
out on the
situation.
jars. It is not the jars, it is you.
Too.
But you know, there are people who are very particular.
really?
Like I had a client once, I was cooking, and she only has silicone cooking spatulas because she doesn't want the bottom of her pan scraped. She doesn't want those lines.
non-stick. Yes.
Right.
For me, I'm just like, ugh. But for her, it's a big thing. So you have to meet people where they're at. There are people who want white socks, everything
want the
lined in a
toilet
cute little
seat
line.
down.
Yeah.
People
Ducks
don't
in a
want-
cute little row, whereas mine is on the side. So, should have thought about that, Janie.
How'd you know her name was Jane?
Oh,
Is it real?
chin chin. Of course,
Yes, it's
not.
real.
Wow.
So yeah,
This is a real person.
it's a slippery slope.
It's a real person. So yeah, the whole intentionally bringing harm to it. It happened
While you were sleeping.
while you were sleeping. Speaking of, did you guys see Divorce in the Black?
What the heck was that?
First of all,
Did you say mea culpa?
no,
Truly fault of my own.
terrible.
Oh my gosh.
First of
Tyler
all-
has lost it.
He needs writers, guys.
Is the
He just
divorce
needs
thing
to
also a
stop.
Tyler? Most of the
Yes,
time?
Divorce in the Black. You need to see it. First of all, what
The
kind
divorce of it all.
twisted mind? You see the beginning where they take the brother's body out of the coffin because the mother's like, take his body.
Oh yes.
No, I don't want them to. I
From
don't want
the
them to
church.
say anything because they bought the coffin too. So take it out. I was just like,
It's just a mess.
Tyler just wakes up and just.
Oh, is that Divorce in the Black?
yes, that's
Oh
Divorce
yes,
in the Black.
I'm having flashbacks of mea culpa. I'm just like, what? In the music movie industry cantankerousness is this? Tyler needs to. Somebody stop
He just
Tyler.
He just has dreams, wakes up and like, guys, I've got it.
Today's the day. We're gonna make
script.
Take
millions
the
on this.
studio, the production thing, take it away.
Got a script.
And it's a mess. 2 weeks and it's a wrap.
Yeah. I don't got it.
Oh my god, that guy. Needs to
So
stop.
last thoughts on your whole black tax. Do you think it should be scraped off? Would you? Do you think you should are you going to have black tax? Are you going to allow it, or you be like, no? You're going to be that relative that says no. Never go to a Musenge because he will say no.
Yeah, I think within reason. I think I like the idea of maybe having the money set aside.
So
for
if your
black
nephew
tax,
says
I
on
like
Musenge,
that.
I want shiny for how much?
And I don't know.
I hear Jordans are like what? It depends on where you're getting them.
Of course, it
Five
depends
beats.
on even 10 could be 50
Hey,
too.
hey. OG from the. Hey.
Yeah, they say Uncle Musenge, I want a pair. You give, or you be like,
Of Jordans. I don't have Jordans.
no, Uncle Musenge, it's not. What got them at Jordans, but I know.
No.
So you'd be like, no. So that's the within that you'd be like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'd
I
rather
mean,
pay for your
this is just, if it's a school thing, a health thing, maybe.
Maybe.
But even then, I mean, if you bring me a medical bill for 150,000, I mean,
Might as well get those Jordans for 300 kwacha.
how much did you say Jordans were again? How much? Got you. So within reason, because again, it shouldn't take away from me and my family, and it shouldn't come from a place of guilt either. So, I just need to learn how to set up
Same.
those boundaries. I mean, it's a great conversation. I hope it helps me going forward. But
We hope it does.
hey, but I think I also liked being brave enough to talk about this in the family, because you said it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
If I live like that and I let it in, my kids are gonna live like that. They'll let
Yep.
it in.
Yep.
And so being open enough to talk about it in the house, wife and kids, I think that will help, because it really spins out of control.
Yes, it
But
does.
you know, I used to make a lot of money, but where is it?
And you have nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
Literally.
No investments.
Nothing.
What about money?
Literally
And the people
going
that you
paycheck-
broke your back
paycheck to
for,
paycheck.
Have those said
They
investments.
have them, yeah.
Of the money you spend on them. Because you're the favorite brother and uncle and aunt.
My
And
goodness.
everything.
And it doesn't mean when you talk about it that you don't want to have it. It's okay for me to feel a particular way about something, and it's okay for me to talk about it,
Yeah.
and still be able to help you within reason.
Right.
Reason, yes.
And I feel that half the time we don't put enough emphasis on, you know how you said, for me and my family, you too deserve nice things.
Yes, you do.
It's okay to say, I wanted, I can't really do it because
When
I
are you
wanted to
ever
take
gonna go on
myself like
vacation?
on a,
Yeah.
for myself, because I earned it and I deserve it. You're half the time you're busy breaking your back and you just drop dead of a heart attack because you are busy stressing about paying for your nephew's school fees, and you're gone just like that. So black tax within reason, because giving has so many beautiful things attached to it.
Of course. I love
You-
to give.
Exactly.
I'm a giver.
Exactly.
What are we talking about?
What are we giving
What are we-
exactly?
I was still talking about.
Black tax,
Oh, yeah.
or like, what kind of giving?
I don't know what we're talking about.
Give me a mimosa. So yeah.
Listen, within boundaries. Have the conversations, guys. I know we don't like to have these uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
Difficult conversations. But just have them. It's time. We need to stop hiding behind the whole, like you said, when you bring it up, when I asked you, would you talk about it in the family? And they say, no, they'll say, we're being white.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no even
Race
though you said,
equivalent.
that's why it's called black tax, because
Yeah.
I just feel there's brown tax, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
This is everyone experiences. Everybody experiences it. So I feel just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Have it. Difficult conversations are to be had.
Yeah. And don't hate the messenger.
No, do not. What's a
Doesn't-
difficult
she doesn't
conversation
hate
for you
you.
to have? What's a difficult conversation for you?
Yeah, what
That
is
you
a
have not
difficult
had.
conversation?
Yeah.
With
I
anybody.
feel like a rat cornered, like,
And we're closing it.
yeah.
Tell us.
Family
tell us.
that prays. Tyler Perry. Still on that.
This
Tell
guy's getting free ads. No, there's a lot. I think we've even spoken about them on this podcast. Secret Stash.
Oh, that's difficult?
Yeah,
Secret stash is difficult?
yeah. I don't want to talk about my Secret
Natasha?
Stash.
Secret stash.
What's a difficult conversation for you to have?
Secret stash.
Secret stash?
Of course. How
Liar.
dare you have money that you're keeping from me? Could be in Abu Dhabi or the Maldives. For shame.
You know, it's funny, and I just remembered
you?
it now. Is when we had Musenge for that podcast.
Yeah.
He said sometimes that Secret Stash is for helping out with family.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
I need to go back.
I just clocked in my head. That's interesting that we even think about them in our excess money, like
Like,
Yeah.
in
okay,
case there's an
just
emergency.
in case, see?
There's an emergency in the family.
Go weekish.
Meanwhile, I could be investing in my family.
Bitcoins.
Queen.
Did you want Betway? Which one's going to be better?
Yeah, let's go Bitcoin. Wow.
Bitcoin route is better.
Bitcoin.
This is interesting because it's like sometimes we black tax ourselves before
Yes.
they even
Yeah.
come.
It's like automatic. Just
Like, should I go on this trip? My uncle in the village. Your uncle in the village is going to be there when you come back, dear.
he would go on that
That's
trip.
right,
Don't even
that's
think
right.
about it.
Of course.
Once he's
what?
healthy again,
Out like a light.
with your money, he will go. He will go to Dubai. With your
On a
money.
yacht.
Oh my God. Damn, no.
Goodness.
No, that is
Yeah.
painful.
It's so unfair.
And that's the sad part. You're out here slaving away, and the people that you're slaving in a heartbeat, they would drop you so quick.
Yeah.
It must be nice just to go,
The
hey.
same people.
So,
And I feel it brings
Of course, Margaret,
entitlement.
that's when she said here, because, hey, bro. Would call every month. Hey, bro. Help me out. Hey, bro.
Because why should I work
Like
hard when
clockwork.
Auntie Sam can just, hi, Auntie Sam. I was thinking maybe to go shopping.
As soon
I
as
hear you
the-
dropped out of school. Yeah, because it was boring. Oh, okay, then.
And she's
So what do you
saying
wanna
it
do? Ah, you know, I
right
just
after
wanna
the
break dance
FNB
now.
notification.
I might go to the Olympics like Rachel Gunn.
You know what I
First of all,
mean?
what the
Guys, what was that?
Muzala.
What was that?
What was that? Did you see that?
No.
Did you not see the
Ray
the,
Gun.
What's that? No.
The Olympics.
the break
Breakdancing.
Oh, I saw that. And they spent millions and millions of dollars on her, and she failed, right? She came in like what? She had
Zero.
0
She
points.
didn't get
A
anything.
point.
Yeah.
But
I
first
saw
of all,
that.
Guys, if we're gonna say, okay, guys.
Where did she come from? Germany? Where's she from?
Australia.
In a golf,
Guys,
in a
if we're
golf
gonna-
outfit, first of all.
Guys, we're gonna say break dancing. Like, first of all, I just feel like
Break the
there's-
dance.
I feel like there's just certain,
That she
there's
broke
certain
it, all right?
countries that just shouldn't have any business. being,
Participation to begin with.
Like, why are
you
you
see-
there? Like, why are you even
I
here?
saw that. 0
What
points.
was she doing?
Kill me now.
What was she doing?
Cringe does not.
And
This is the problem my son
listen,
says cringe.
it's one thing to be bad at dancing and to back yourself, but it's the confidence she had on her face. Like while the other guy was going, she was like, she was looking at him like, you know, like in those rap battles where the other guy just waiting like, you don't even know what I got.
You don't
even know what I
know.
got. Wait for me, I'm coming.
Girl.
So I was like, she's about to do something. She's about to do something.
First
And
First
she
of all,
started-
I knew
I'm
she
like,
wasn't going to do
Something
anything because of her
crappy.
outfit. That golf outfit. I'm just like, girl, no.
I thought it was gonna be like, you know why you don't. It's like 8 Mile,
Tiger
like
misses.
this little white guy comes out of nowhere.
No, he had attitude.
All of a sudden, he's the guy.
Moment.
I was like, maybe it's gonna surprise us.
No. Oh, she surprised
She
you.
surprised
right?
us. alright.
Oh, she surprised
0
us.
points.
What?
What? First of all,
Oh my goodness.
and then that one. Anyway,
I didn't even watch.
She was still
all the way from
she was still
Australia
doing
to
the-
do this.
She was still doing the b-boy pose. Every time she like completes a move, she'd be like, boom.
no.
Did you see that? Did you see that one? See what
Yeah,
I
did
did?
you catch
Did you
that?
see what I did there?
Pop. I was just waiting for it to pop lock in, and then
I
now
was painful to watch.
Oh, a
That was
physical
painful.
pain, right?
That was physical. That was physical pain.
white privilege.
Somebody
Thank
had
you
to
so
say it.
much for tuning into this rather exciting episode
Oh
That's
my
how- yeah.
goodness.
on Black Tax. Be sure to join us
Again.
Black
soon,
Tax,
guys.
Black
Again, please do hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. And next time you join us, we'll have lobster on the table.
Ooh, can't wait. And crayfish thrown in.
Or we'll have Nara Smith make something for us from scratch. We'll be here for days. But yes,
Oh, we'll make
Thank
lobster
you.
from scratch.
we'll make lobster from scratch. Thank you so much.